Well, hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to my gardening show. We just finished busting open this potato bin. So this is kind of a recap video. We're going to go over there. I just walk you through what we found and talk about whether or not this is a worthwhile method of growing potatoes. Maybe what I learned, what I could have done differently, whatnot. So here we go. Well, here it is, the remains, and there they are, the harvest. I've got 3 to 5 pounds, if I'm lucky, that I got. However, what I discovered is this is pretty much the harvest from 4 seed potatoes, or the uppermost layer. I didn't get anything from the lower layers, the other 4 layers of potatoes we planted. And the reason is probably because they couldn't protrude through. The layers were too deep. Maybe had them spaced wrong, didn't have them spaced close enough to the side for them to grow out the sides. Though I thought I had, but I guess not. The other thing I found as I got down into the deeper layers is there's varying insects in here, which I think got some of the harvest that maybe could have been. But these layers were pretty hard. I mean, they're moist, but they're just kind of hard to break apart. So was this a worthwhile method of growing potatoes? I would say no. At least not how I wouldn't do it this way again. However, what I would be willing to try is this approach another time, except I would start with 1 layer and I would load it with, I put 21 seed potatoes throughout 5 layers, and I only put 4 in each layer, like a wagon wheel shape. And what I thought was multiple plants coming up from the various layers, because there were so many, were more than likely probably just growth from the 4 whole seed potatoes I had in there that had multiple eyes on them, in each eye, that I spent some time chitting or getting to grow, came through. And so that top growth that was there all season was more than likely from just the top layer of the 4 seed potatoes that were there. I didn't get any potatoes from the lower layers. All I see is maybe remains of what were seed potatoes that pretty well rotted, disintegrated. So again, if I did this again, I would start with the 1 layer. I'd fill it with seed potatoes, spaced probably 6 inches apart all the way around. And then I would just layer slowly, add more dirt, straw as the growth would come through the surface. And then we would see what we would get. That would be an interesting comparison. So I don't know, if I end up doing that again, that's what I'll do to give it a fair shot. And then if I still don't get a good return on it, I would discard this method altogether. It's not a total loss, because I'm going to compost all this material, just throw it in my bin back there. I'm loading up my wagon now with the remaining straw, and I think I used 6 bags of cubic and a half, foot and a half cubic foot bags of garden soil in this thing with bale straw. So this was a costly method to grow potatoes. The post-hole method that I've used before in previous years, I got a decent return on that, and that's something that I'd say definitely works. So anyway, I'm gonna load this up. I'm gonna throw it in the cart and kind of go from there, and just chalk this up as a learning experience. So for those of you who've been following this project and kind of hoping to see a better harvest, sorry it didn't turn out the way we'd hoped, but hopefully you don't make the same mistakes that I made. And if you end up trying the other method that I kind of talked about, that using the same approach but just starting out with one layer and building it as it grows, let me know how it turned out for you, or turns out for you. So I guess that's all for now. Until next time, happy gardening. Bye.